But to give the lead, we need to do certain things at home. We need to be strong and clear in our minds about where we want to go. Our strength traditionally has been that we have always looked beyond the material into certain higher values, deeper values, perhaps spiritual values. We have looked beyond immediate gains. We have always tried to work for certain ideals. Today, this basic Indian thinking is coming under very severe attack, partially from you, because the real attack is from the materialistic attitude that is coming into our society. That is why I am glad to be with you here today to try and turn your attention not to just selling but also at building the nation that we want to build, projecting the ideas, the ethos of India across the world. For that, we need to first look within and see what we need to preserve and what the problems are and the difficulties in preserving it. The biggest attack on our traditional thinking, on our culture, on our civilization is from materialism, which is being brought in partially because of growth, development, because people have access to goods and facilities which they did not have access to earlier, because their incomes have grown, because their standards of living have gone up. The way India has grown during these past 8 or 9 years is well behind what we ever have expected. These problems are going to get compounded. I expect our growth rate to increase even more in the coming years. So, these pressures will increase even more. Therefore, we must be very clear in our minds about the sort of nation we want to build. The biggest danger in going down a purely materialistic route is that we will ultimately surrender the independence that we won with so much struggle. I see that as the biggest danger. We are independent today not because we won a battle against the British and sent them home. We are independent today because we have followed certain policies, because we have followed a certain ideology, because at every step that we have taken, we have kept in mind the point that the independence that we won could also be lost very quickly. When I talk about the independence being lost, it is not just a question of being ruled by another state. That is perhaps not the way it happens now. At the end of the 20th century, it happens in much subtler ways. Today, flexibility in decision making is limited, options are cut, and ultimately you go by a feeling of righteousness